Ritualx, Ajerss, and Cold are the most consistent team in North America right now, placing second, first, and first, racking up over $7,000 in earnings within 1 week of Chapter 2 Remix Trios. This team is insanely consistent with fighting, strategies, and teamwork, making them probably the best North American team right now. Hello everyone, and my name is Coach lolSamppA, a player who's earned $11,000 in my Fortnite career, and I'm here to share with you some of my inside knowledge of the game. Today, we'll be reviewing a game of Ritualx, Ajerss, and Cold from Opens and talk about the strategies that they use to win fights quickly, efficiently, strategies that you need to know and learn with your trio if you want to be successful in the next FNCS trios. Don't forget, if you're looking to improve in Fortnite and are struggling to qualify for Victory Cash Cup finals or looking to improve just a little bit, click the link below to my Calendly to get one-on-one personalized coaching with detailed notes to help you improve. Let's jump in the VOD review. You might be wondering, what is the success? Why is it that Ajerss, Cold, and Ritualx are so good, are placing so high and so consistently? Well, number one, they're landing on a really good drop spot. That obviously helps. It allows them to get really good loot, and they all have spray weapons. But number two is the way they set up fights. And they're actually about to get into a fight with another pro team, Blake, Macwood, and Void. So Blake is on this hill waiting for an opportunity. He's telling his teammates to come over here. He sees his team on the hill. I don't believe that Ritualx, Cold, and Ajerss have any idea this fight's about to happen, which actually makes it a little bit more impressive because they were able to react quickly to a fight they were not prepared for. Looks for the shot. Doesn't get any damage, unfortunately, and he starts to go up the high ground. He does get tagged a little bit. If we look at this fight right now, Macwood, Blake, they have an opportunity to take high ground. The only thing that's negative on high ground is that you could easily get grappled on. But the thing is, from being on high ground, you have the opportunity, the choice to fight or not fight. You get the choice of where to engage and how to engage. So let's watch it unfold, right? So Ajerss up on high ground. He has the high ground position. Ritualx is trying to pressure from a low ground position. And we also have Cold spraying from the right side. The amount of pressure they can apply is insane. Ritualx standing back looking for sprays. Cold looking for more sprays. He actually gets a big tag here. And then Ritualx at the same time ends up getting a big tag as well. And already this fight is doomed. It's doomered, right? So let's just think about advantages. So one of the advantages within Fortnite is high ground, right? Because you get the choice, again, of fighting or not fighting. Ajerss could leave this fight if you wanted to. He could grapple away. He could run away if you wanted to. But on the low ground, Macwood, Blake, and Void are stuck. They really can't run. If they try to run, Ajerss is going to chase them down, right? But the other advantage that they have now is health. So if we count everyone's health, Ajerss is 200 HP. Ritualx 160. Cold's probably 170 versus 40, 100, and 160. They have a huge health advantage. They want to finish this fight fast, right? So they're going to start pushing immediately. Ajerss starts to go aggressive and on walls. He's no longer staying on high ground. Ritualx starting to push forward, trying to get a little bit more aggressive. He notices them starting to go down to the lower layers and goes below them. This is amazingly good positioning. And the crazy part is the timing. The timing is insane because Cold shows up on the side as well. So if you look at this situation, you're kind of screwed, right? If you're Void and Macwood here, because Macwood drops down to help Void heal. Void is healing, so they're both stuck doing something. And Ajerss is actually keeping Blake positioned in this spot. Blake cannot leave to help his team. Otherwise, Ajerss will end up following through and just chasing him down and end up pinching all three of them together. So as it goes, Cold starting to pinch on one side, but at the exact same time, like I was saying, Ritual's right below. So they're holding Cold out. They're holding him out. They're actually doing damage to him, but Ritual's right below, and there's the knock on one, and then the other one's in the box, right? And you might think, oh, this is a 50-50, but this is not actually really a 50-50. One player's knocked, and then the other player is about to start fighting him, but Cold is right there. So even though this fight ends up getting a little sticky, Ritual's probably calling out, hey, he's in my box, he's 1 HP, he's in my box, 1 HP. And there's the follow-up. So Ritualx and Cold with the amazing spray, getting the tags, right? Being able to crack the shield, and it's instantly when there's an opportunity, you go. Because the thing about this season, Chapter 2 Remix, is that there's not a lot of fast heals. You have minis, you have halves, you have medkits. They all take a really long time to pop. Chugs are kind of fast, but they're not fast enough, obviously, as even though Macwood did have those chugs right in his inventory, he wasn't able to pop them fast enough because the pressure is so insane. Blake is now 1v3, and I mean, that's another advantage, right? So you have the numbers advantage, you have the health advantage, you have the positioning advantage, you have the gun advantage. There's so many advantages that they're utilizing, and it seems so simple, but when you have all these different checkboxes ticked, you have those advantages. Fights get a lot faster, a lot easier, even against some of the best players. There's not much Blake can do. He's stuck. He's stuck. I mean, he wants to help his team, but it's 1 versus 3, and they all have really good guns. Purple spaz, gold spaz, and a purple spaz as well. So really good loot, able to pinch and take control of the fight immediately and take down this pro team. There's probably a team in this box. I mean, if you were sitting in this spot, you're probably trying to farm, and they hear them, so they start to set up multiple angles. So Ritual goes on to the back side of the house, Cold on the front of the house, and Ajerss on the opposite side of Ritual, and they start to pinch, push in, push in, push in. And what they want to do is they want to force, again, one of those spray opportunities or a solid box fight. They're very good fighters, so they're confident taking these fights, right? And I love this. Cold is able to end up piecing this up. Neo was actually looking to walk out on the Cold, but he wasn't able to get it. Wasn't able to get the piece because Cold placed it first. He expected this this peek, and he's not giving any angles to Neo, but Neo gave a small angle right there and gets a little bit of damage. So at this point in time, we have the pinch sort of set up. It's not fully set up, but it's beginning. And at this point, Cold says to himself, you know what? Let's end this fight right now. I think this might be a little bit of a crazy play. Personally, it might have been a mistake. He should have waited a little bit for Ritual and Ajerss to be a little closer, but let's watch it play out. So he gets in. His plan is to one pump this player. He's done a little bit of damage. He has a gold spaz, right? He can do so much damage instantly. He can take this player out, and then it will be a numbers advantage, right? So then it will be 3 versus 2. But he jumps in, and he unfortunately whiffs. He does not get the max pump that he was looking for. It was very close, but I think Neo's movement was pretty good. Now, they are equivalent health, pretty much. So they're both in trouble, and they need help badly. The mistake here, though, the reason why I think Cold should have waited is because now Cold is no longer in any of his pieces. He's stuck. He can't move. There's not much to do. He almost got the elimination, but he unfortunately didn't. And so while he's in this box, he's looking for the trade on this player. Neo's holding his wall, and then Blink is able to come in very easily and look for the shot onto Cold. And now it is up to Ajerss and Ritual to finish the fight or continue pushing the fight. Now, Cold did go down, but Neo still needs to heal. So even though it is 3 versus 2, it's still kind of close. The advantage isn't very clear for the opposite team yet, because Neo can go down in 1 pump or 2 AR shots very easily. So let's play it out. Ritual coming forward, looking for pressure, using that spray weapon to replaces, gets a big amount of damage, doesn't open up without placing these pieces. By the way, it's super important you place these pieces, because you could just get piece controlled back and end up being at a disadvantage, right? And he wants to save his teammates, so he's playing aggressive. And Ajerss is coming back from the other side. Pinch, 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 right? Neo still hasn't been able to heal because of how much pressure Ajerss and Ritual have set up. Now, this is where things get really dicey for the enemy team. And that is because Ritual is on this wall, 1 wall away from Blink, and Ajerss is able to find an opportunity right on Blink as well. And like I said, this is where it gets really tricky, because they need to defend with Ajerss on their back and Ritual's on the front, and things keep going crazy. All right, so a little bit of damage there. Blink almost goes down. He's down to 20 HP, and now the advantage of health is insane. So Oreo's 200, Ajerss and Ritual around, total like 400 as well. And then Blink and Neo aren't even 100 combined. So if you count that all up, right, they have the advantage right now. They want to push. They want to finish the fight quickly. So a little bit of a missed shot there. That's fine. Almost got the tag. Jumping in on the 1-hit wall. Now, I love this play by Ajerss. This is really, really, really smart. This is really, really well done. Also, Ritual with really clutch res, only at 2 HP. Ajerss knows that if he does not put pressure down, this team could heal, continue fighting. The fight would elongate, and we don't want that. We want this fight to end quickly. So he gets that damage. Ritual is healing his teammate, and Ajerss does not want to let up any of the pressure, so he starts to push through, because he knows, hey, well, the first guy was 40 HP, and then we almost eliminated the other guy. He's down to 20 HP. They don't know the exact health numbers unless they're that smart at counting, but you get the point that I'm saying. They know they have the advantage. So Ajerss pushing in. He already cracked this guy. He literally just cracked this guy, so he's ready to fight. And the mistake that Oreo's making here is he's building, and then he's moving, and then he's closing the edits. And the reason why that's a mistake is because what ends up happening is you build something fresh, and then anytime you edit it, whether or not it's fresh or not, it will end up reducing the amount of health. So since he continues to build, edit, and reset, all the walls he's building are 1 pickaxe. And so Ajerss is pickaxing through everything here. And then Oreo made another mistake here, where he ended up building the outside of the box first, but not blocking his back from Ajerss. Ajerss jumps in, gets the knock. Cold is now back up, and he can heal back up really quickly with the chugs. And now we have the advantage of numbers. We have a knocked player. Everyone's healthy. And we're playing aggressively. So let's continue to finish this fight. Ajerss shakes down Oreo. Now they have the ability to see the players through the wall. They can chase them down as much as they want. Cold taking a 1v1 here. Ritual able to spray through and take out Neo. And Cold does a little crazy cone flip right there. We love to see it. Blink. Full piece. Don't forget. Of course, we want to talk about the weapon advantage. Weapon advantage is huge, but not just that. We want to talk about the positioning, the health, the numbers. And you can kind of put this into one word, momentum, right? When you have the momentum in a fight, when you're doing more damage than your opponent, you don't want to give up the momentum. So yeah, so using those advantages of positioning, continuing to pressure, pinching, always creating angles, always spraying to finish these fights. Looks very simple, but the setup is really important. You need to communicate with your teammates where you're pinching from, how much damage you've done. You have to have the confidence to have good angles to be able to push those fights, right? But these guys are the best, so they're very good at it. So we see, first and foremost, Ajerss grapples up, looking for an opportunity. Here, Bolts, Rapid, and Pollo are already ready for the grapple. They're waiting for the opportunity for them to show up. They don't exactly know where Ajerss is. That's the one thing that's kind of tough about grapplers, that it doesn't have very good audio, but you can hear it. So they heard it and they're ready. And so Ajerss going up with a grapple yet again. And now Ritual follows. Ajerss pushing up. He actually gets damaged pretty hard by Pollo. Cold following. But we talked about this before. Mat advantage. There's not much you can do against another player if they have more materials than you, and they use it well. So let's watch this as it goes on. So Ritual coming up to high ground, grappling all the way up. Grapple. Grapple's really strong this season, especially, again, talking about the grapple and then switching to your pump. Really good. We see Ritual coming up, getting a crazy piece onto Pollo. Knocks him first. And then Ajerss actually ended up taking a brunt of the damage. A lot of it. But he still went up. He still wanted to play for high ground. Cold coming up to high ground. He's taking it with Ajerss and ends up getting a huge tag on a Rapid. Rapid's down to 30 HP. He has to drop. He's done so. And now it's 1 versus 3 again. Talking about the advantages, right? We now have a numbers advantage. 1 versus 3. Bolts has to deal with 3 different pro players, all while trying to utilize 18 builds, which is almost nothing. Ajerss has 50. Cold has 77, etc. Right? You get the point. Bolts going up, looking for the fight. And it's grappled on. He's doing a pretty good job, actually, of holding them off, but he has no materials. He can't do anything. And at this point, he has nothing, so he just drops down to low ground, gets taken out. And it looks like there's a player healing off somewhere. Ooh, Blinks. What a play, brother. End up getting the med kit play. Worked out great. Nice. So that's how Ritual, Ajerss, and Cold able to drop a 24 bomb in opens.